Thomas and the jet engine. On the island of Sodor, all the engines love to be busy and love to be really useful. They cannot stand not being really useful, and they love specials. One afternoon at Knapford Station, Sir Topham Hatt had a special for Thomas. "Thomas, I have a special for you," said Sir Topham Hatt. "You are going to be collecting a jet engine." Spencer chuffed in. He was confused. So were Molly, Percy, and Belle. "What is a jet engine?" they all asked. "A jet engine," said Sir Topham Hatt, "is almost like a rocket or an aeroplane. But on rails, it's called a jet engine." "Hooray," chuffed Thomas. "You must chuff safely and carefully. Jet engines can be very dangerous if shot up the track. So if anything knocks the switch," said Sir Topham Hatt, "you will go rocketing up the track and you might crash, which is very dangerous, and there's no other Thomas like you," said Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas was very excited. "Wah, wah. Thank you, sir," he wheezed. Thomas arrived at Brendam. The jet engine was shiny, modern, and special. The jet engine looked nice. "Hooray," peeped Thomas excitedly. "Wah, wah, wah." He was happy about this. "Cranky, isn't the jet engine magnificent?" "No, it isn't," said Cranky. "The jet engine isn't grand at all." "I'd rather fall into the sea," he went. "Why?" puffed Thomas. "'Cause I wish I could be like you," he said. "Oh well." "But Cranky," said Thomas. Cranky was annoyed with Thomas as he tried to lower his hook. As Thomas talked, Cranky's hook knocked the jet engine switch. Cranky began hiring his hook again. "Uh-oh," said Cranky. Before he could say anything else, Thomas was flying up the line. "Whoa!" cried Thomas excitedly. His friends at Tidman's Sheds were Billy, Stephen, James, Ryan, Whiff, Samson, and Toby. All those engines were like, "What?" "Oh my," they said, as Thomas raced up the track. "Dear gosh," said Ryan, "that is quick." Thomas rounded the bend into Ulfstead. His signal immediately turned from green to red. "Whoa!" cried Thomas. He applied his brakes. The jet engine's whine got louder and louder. Emily and Edward were puffing over the bridge, and up a hill, down a hill. whistled Emily and Edward. "Hello," peeped Thomas. "Hello," chuffed Emily. "Hello," puffed Edward. "Having fun, Thomas, with the jet engine?" "I guess," he peeped. "You better be safe." But then, just as Thomas's signal turned from red to green, the jet engine pushed him up the line. "Better be safe," said Emily and Edward. She raced past. There was some cargo on the line. There was a wire connected to the water tower. The water tower was being repaired. Thomas knocked the cargo. Whoa! The fixing piece tumbled all on top of the line, and water spilled all over Thomas, and his wheels began to slip and slide. "Look out!" he cried to the trucks. Thomas came off the tracks, and the jet engine toppled all into the field. Luckily, Gordon, Oliver, and Duck were there. Sir Topham Hatt sent for Gordon. He figured that since Gordon was closest, Gordon could collect Thomas. Gordon thought this was very sad. He pulled Thomas back to safety. Thomas wished he hadn't made his mistake. I wish I hadn't made my mistake. As Gordon pulled Thomas back to Knapford, Thomas looked at all the mistakes he made. He let the jet engine fly him into a field. He broke the track. He surprised Emily and Edward and broke their track. Thomas had nearly tipped over the signal. And he surprised his friends at Tidmouth Sheds. Gordon pulled Thomas back into Knapford. Sir Topham Hatt was very upset. Thomas, he boomed, you've caused confusion and delay. Yes, sir, I know, sir, chuffed Thomas. I'm disappointed in you. You must put right with the jet engine. Yes, sir, said Thomas. Thomas coupled up to Annie and Clarabelle as they were filled with workmen and pulled away. Thomas realized it was better to be safe and sorry than fast and fiery and in a crash. Whiff and Belle. On the island of Sodor, all the engines have differences. They all love to do special jobs. And they all love having someone to do them with. One day, Sir Topham Hatt was at Great Waterton with Belle. Belle, I'm going to pair you up with Whiff. Who's Whiff, sir? He sounds important and special. Oh, trust me, he's special, said Sir Topham Hatt. Here he is. Whiff puffed over. He was excited to meet Belle. Whiff, meet Belle. Belle, meet Whiff. Belle and Whiff had both been on Sodor for quite some time now, and they had met pretty much every engine, but Belle had never visited the waste dump, and Whiff hardly ever left. They were worried about meeting each other. Well, said Sir Topham Hatt, if Belle needs assistance with a fire, Flynn hasn't come back from the mainland yet, so when Flynn returns, until he returns, Whiff, you will be in charge with Belle. You two will fight fires together, and when Whiff needs help at the waste dumps and Scruff is in repairs with his garbage wagon, the special one, Belle, you'll help Whiff. Let's go then, said Whiff. He and Belle puffed up and off and away. Whiff and Belle arrived at the waste dump. Belle had so many questions. Whiff, what job should I do? What job should I do first? Should I take the trucks to the buffers and smash them through? What are you talking about? Said Whiff. Oh, this is going to be interesting, he puffed. Should I? Belle kept asking so many questions. Whiff wasn't listening. He just buffered up to a freight car and pulled it onto the next line. Belle's driver got a notification and she puffed to Whiff. Whiff, I've been notified that there's a fire at Great Waterton. Alright, said Whiff. I'll meet you there. Belle was puzzled, but she had to hurry. Belle was putting out the fire. It was in Butch's cargo. Butch moved swiftly away from it. Then there was trouble. Whiff came racing round the bend with the garbage car. It went smack into Belle. Most of the flames were out, but there was still more. I'm sorry, Belle. So, Whiff's crew and Belle's crew and Butch's crew all raced to get Whiff and Belle's water out of their tanks. Soon the fire was out. Yeah, cheered all the men. They were all proud. Belle was upset with Whiff. Whiff had made her crash. Now she needed to be taken to the steamworks. Butch hauled away the broken garbage car. That's the second garbage car that needs to be fixed, said Butch. Oh no, said Whiff. I've caused confusion and delay. He coupled up to Belle and pulled her off to Victor. Soon the two engines were good friends and always promised to listen to each other. Horrid Henry. One afternoon on the island of Sodor, Sir Topham Hatt was making a special announcement. Henry, I have a special for you. It's not technically really special, but you have to deliver those logs that have been coupled up to you to Ulfstead, as well as a power generator that is been coupled up to you to Ulfstead. Who will pull the flying kipper, sir? Said Henry. Edward shall do your work, as he has earned a change in work instead of shunting in the yard, which he, I feel, has done a wonderful job. What? Edward steamed over to Henry. Hello, Henry, he said. Hello, he chuffed rudely. Edward was astonished and surprised. Henry and Edward normally give happy, friendly toots, just like their best friend whistles. But instead, Henry was cross. So he chuffed and he puffed. What's the matter? Asked Edward. I'm upset, said Henry. You're pulling the flying kipper instead of me, and I don't like that, because it's my job. Well, Sir Topham Hatt asked me to do it, so I have to do whatever Sir Topham Hatt wants. Chuffed Edward. He chuffed his way out of Knapford. Woo! Woo! Hero steamed his way in. Hello, Henry, said Hero. What's the matter? Edward's pulling the flying kipper, he chuffed. And I don't like that. It's my job. Don't worry, you'll be really useful again. It's hard, but everyone gets a change in jobs. And this is only for a day, said Hero. And I'll make you feel better. Just couple your trucks up in front of me, and I'll help you through the day. Thank you, said Henry. So, Henry biffed and banged his freight cars in front of Hero. Slow down, Henry. Too fast, too fast. Let's go, said Henry, as they set off. At Brandon Docks, it was busy. Percy was chuffing along with the mail. Wait. Hello, Henry. Hello, Hero. What's the matter? Shut, said Henry. Percy, said Hero. Henry's just upset because Edward's pulling the flying kipper and he's not anymore. Sorry, said Percy. Didn't mean to upset you. Then Salty huffed over with Samson pulling a coach train. Went Salty and Samson as they chuffed past. What's the matter, Henry? Said Samson and Salty. Yeah, me hearty. What's the matter? Henry answered crossly. Edward's pulling the express and the flying kipper, I meant to say, he chuffed. And I'm not. And I'm upset. No need to be rude, said Samson. Shush, said Henry, As he pulled along, Hero stopped. Henry's just a little unearthed because of his love of the flying kipper, and Edward's doing his favorite job, said Hero. Down by Tidmouth, Henry saw Duck and Emily. They were pulling a passenger train. "Hello, Henry," said Emily and Duck. "Hello, Henry," shuffled the engines. "Be quiet," whistled Henry as he rolled along. Henry's just a little upset," said Hero. "Plus Edward's pulling the flying kipper and he's not." "Stop telling everyone," yelled Henry. As they arrived near Tidmouth sheds, Stephen, Billy, Spencer, Toby, and James were all there. Edward chuffed past with the flying kipper, and Henry saw, and this made Henry upset. "Hello, Henry," said Spencer. "Hello, Henry," said Toby. "Hello, Henry," said Billy. "Hello, Henry," chuffed James. "Beep, beep." "Hello, Henry," said Stephen. "Shush," said Henry. "No need to be rude," said Billy. "Yeah," chuffed James. "Just saying hello." "Bossy boiler," said Spencer. Henry's just a little upset, 'cause Edward's pulling the flying kipper and he's not. "Stop telling everyone," said Henry. The engines at Tidmouth sheds were surprised. At a red signal, Henry saw Edward chuff into Ulfstead, under the Ulfstead Bridge. Then, Henry and Hero saw Thomas and Ryan up on a bridge. "Hello, Henry," chuffed Thomas and Ryan. "Hello," said Henry. "What's the matter?" "Henry's just a little upset," said Hero. "Shut up," said Henry. Now, Henry was angrier than ever. When the signal finally turned green, Henry jerked Hero in the trucks, and they crashed. The coal and Henry's load tumbled off the tracks. And so did Hero. Henry put right as fast as he could. The coal trucks were put back onto the rails, and so were Hero and Henry's load. Henry apologized to Hero and Edward. "Thank you, Hero. Sorry, Hero. I know it was wrong of me to yell and scream at you. I'm sorry, Edward. It's good that change comes around every once in a while, but I don't always like it." And with that, Henry learned that kindness is the best policy sometimes.